stay around the middle so that they're not facing against those 5-0 players that you are mentioning. We're underway.
And starting very close to vanilla start. Just a couple of screen scrolls, and we have an immediate take in your road, and we also have Lizzie warned me about you. Thank you very much to our resident champion, Crystal Saver, for that community hint.
Yeah, that's right. We are 2 screens west from vanilla start to start things off here tonight. And bonus cave is always a good thing to start with. Hey, that small secret's not so bad. 14 rupees, good chunk above the vanilla amounts, anywhere between 1 and 20. So to see a 14 rupee small, that's always nice to see.
It is pretty nice to see Slidick making his play up to Vanilla Blue Ring Shop, trying to pick off that Armos item. Finds an interesting shot. Paratroopa is going to be burning through the Deadwoods. And 34 for the medium secret. That's about average for the range, right?
That is a little bit above the mean. Oh, and as we classically see on that screen early, taking a death to the Armo statues. You're losing a heart every time you get hit by him. But look at this. Paratroopa finding the wood sword just a little bit over 60 seconds into this race. The wood sword's at vanilla level 3.
Vanilla level 3 is one of those really accessible locations. I don't think Slidick will take long to find it. Hopefully he doesn't.
Ooh, look at the price of that heart. A shame there. 30 rupees. But good news is we've got extremely cheap meat there at 43. So if we have a bait block there, they could easily afford it. Right now, money is pretty good. 34 is, again, 1.5 above the mean. So yeah, if you have a free secret that's 33 up, you're dealing with pretty good money to start things off.
And speaking of good things to start off, Slidick finding a second bonus cave, and oh my goodness, those are extremely cheap hints in the Dead Woods.
37, however, yes.
37 gets you 3 hints, and they're guaranteed to be helpful, but right now our runners can't understand them, as neither of them have the book, and that might be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, the large secret only 84 rupees, so that pretty much neutralizes the small and medium. So doing the math here quickly, so it's 28 versus 48. I'd say this is an average money seed, maybe a slightly below average money seed for these runners. So we're not dealing with the poverty seed by any stretch of the imagination, Algina. We're just not going to go on that big-time shopping spree that we'd like to hopefully do when we were playing the randomizer. And another bonus cave found by Paratroopa, so he's now got 4 hearts. He found it at the gravestone where the magical sword normally is. So that's already 3 of the 4 take, and he's down.
And we see our door repair appears to be, if my math's right, that's 19. That's a little bit under the vanilla 20. So yeah, money definitely playable. Not great, but certainly plenty you can do with that.
Yeah, the word that you mentioned is a perfect word to describe money. It's playable.
Like, if you really feel like you need to invest in, say, a blue ring, you probably will be able to do that, but it's going to really cost you the ability to buy nice items. Slick finds our first dungeon. It's level 4.
Yep, and it's the last of the early dungeons that has no transport staircase. So once Slidick finds the first staircase, he'll be able to get the item out of there. Oh, my goodness gracious!
That is a book under the Armos item. Paratroopa coming up gold. Normally, you do not want to find the book, but because of this flag set, Laz, if you would like to tell everyone what makes that book so darn good.
Absolutely. It's a double-edged sword, but here's the good news about the book. All those Highlands that are saying, Lizzie warned me about you, they have now changed. At least you saw on Paratroopa's side, if you find a rupees, you get the phrase, jackpot! So now we're going to understand what all the Highlands are saying. With 148 rupees, he can easily buy those 3 hints for the total of 37 rupees. But of course, it's
I think he's making a beeline for it.
Oh, you better believe it. Still has that negative effect, though, where if you have the wand equipped, it'll burst into flames when it makes contact with enemies or the wall. So got to keep that in mind as well.
And it's entirely possible he'll just not find the wand. Remember, you only need 5 Triforce pieces instead of the normal 8. Dodonga dwells with the ladder. Oh, what a huge opening hint.
That's a big hint. Let's take a look at the 11. Gorilla grumbles with the magic key. Any key in 7.
7's normally not a level you want to go, and Gliok returns to the heart container. That's in level 8. Probably not worth digging out if it's not in his way, but that's really good information to have, and 2 incredibly good hints in that set.
And there's the take any roads that Slidick just found near the central part of Hyrule, and one of them doesn't take you very far. It takes you to one of the normal power bracelet spots. So unfortunately, Slidick
one screen away too.
Yikes! So that's ugly. And unfortunately, because he doesn't have the sword, doing a block clip's going to be tough to do. You try to do a buffer with the candle, but it's a tough proposition, so he'll just try and go around. Look at this bomb spot first. There's our blue ring, and the standard price of 250 rupees. And you commonly see that as the price, as Paratroopa finds his third Take-Any Cave. He's now up to 5 hearts. He's 1 heart away from being guaranteed whatever the white sword is, if he can find it. Slidick can't even play money-making game. He's only sitting on a nickel.
Yeah, that nickel is not going to be doing him any favors, but he was able to, at some point, get a 4-pack of bombs. Once you've got your first set of bombs, you can start getting more sets of bombs, although with just the candle as his only other weapon, forcing 10 counts will be hard. Possible, but hard.
No question about it. Slidick is checking the bombable spots. He finds another. Well, we found the casino district here in Hyrule, so Slidick still can't play. He's still sitting on a nickel, but Paratroopa, with his 183 rupees, he could play if he want to. But I only recommend playing money-making game for 2 reasons. 1, if this is Poverty Seed, and we get a Tektite death on Paratroopa's side.
Those Tektites can just be so trolly. As we take a look at the coast item, it is the Lord Banana on the coast. Slidick actually might not, if he doesn't come across that sword, it might not be the worst thing for it, but I can't imagine him going too much longer without it. As we see level 3, and we see an immediate Goma trying to guard that map, rather ineffectually, I might add.
No, that's one of the times where you see a Goma, but it's not a Goma block. But speaking of blocks, here's a ladder block. Slidick will not be able to get that heart container in the Chevy room without the ladder. Human has a raft at the grave, so we now know that the raft is our white sword item, and it's near level 6.
And we have a fairly long door repair. That might be escapable.
Potentially.
But Slidick runs into a key block in the old man room. Without a key, he is not going to be able to do anything here.
Not at all, Algernon. Now, the second reason why you would want to play money-making game is if I'm sitting on like 10, 11 rupees, I have nothing better to do with my money than to play a game of money-making game. And who knows, I might get lucky, I could turn it to 75 rupees.
Paratroopa also coming into level 4. Slidick decided not to do the side-to-side pirouette when he came across here. Paratroopa might.
Yeah, he might with... both
no, he's not.
No. Slidick is going to find another secret for 34 rupees. So, interesting scenario considering that the any key is level 7. As I like to call it, level 7 is 33 rooms of pure madness or pure whatever. Any key is not a required item, but it's a nice item to have. So, it'll be interesting to see what Paratroopa does if he finds that level.
I think it's really going to depend on a couple things. The enemy set is going to play a huge part into it as we find our 4th and final Take-Any Cave at the Forest Armos. But it's going to depend on the enemy set. It's going to depend on how many keys he has when he goes into level 7. And it's also going to depend on how late he finds it and where he thinks he is compared to Slidick.
Absolutely, no question about it there. And you know, 8 minutes in to find all 4 Take-Any Caves, that is lightning fast. You don't see that very often. These runners are about to give each other a high five, but a couple of the enemies just pushed him back. That Lionel doing 2 hearts of damage, and the beam, not only that, pushed him back up the stairs, gets through the Lionels this time. Paratroopa going to check this burn bush right here, and he's going to find those Take-Any roads, and he's going to find that one of them is pretty trolly. We haven't seen where the other 2 take it, because again, well, Paratroopa could have done a block
clip. Yeah, he could have block
clipped
in. Slidick tried this other Forest Armos.
Yeah, but he's not going to find the item. He's going to find a blue ring shop instead. Paratroopa finds the same blue ring shop in a different spot.
Yes, J. Cobra, book was the Armos item.
Yep, it's next to Vanilla level 7, or level 6 at Death Mountain in that area, near the grave.
So Slidick is out of bombs, which is a little bit unfortunate because this is one loose square he's going to have to leave behind unless he can get lucky with a drop.
And knowing how Zelda randomizers can be, well, there's level 5, so he may have a chance. He's going to go ahead and up an age to recover 2 of those hearts. he'll try to make that play. Unfortunately, he's playing a game of two-door Monty without any keys to his name. One of them takes you to the casino in northeastern Hyrule. One of them takes you to Death Mountain. And no, it takes you
the
to...
raft spot. All right.
Takes you to Vanilla Level 4, so not the greatest Sandy Roads, but I've definitely seen worse, Algernon.
Yeah, I would classify those definitely as subpar, but you could definitely do worse. And oh boy, we have Gorillas, we have Wizrobes in level 5. This is a rough enemy set to deal with.
Yeah, that's an interesting breakfast room platter, and Slidick is full. Too much to eat, back to start he goes.
Yeah, I think he was trying to use the bubbles as means to get iframes to slip behind the blue Wizrobes. Good idea, but did not work in practice.
Paratroopa finds the letter, and that bomb spot that's is where it is that Slidick is not able to get to, so he's going to miss out on the letter. So that could be pivotal unless he decides to take a potion out of a Take Any Cave.
The thing is, he only has one Take Any Cave left to hit.
Right you are. I mean, you hit them early, you're going to take the heart containers each and every time, with the candle being your first pickup. Well, here's a staircase. Both of them, they're giving each other a high five. Paratroopa will be
Very
able to
nice flip by Slidick, and they both come across the bow!
Oh my, that's a great find for both of our runners, so they are level pegging. We've got the bow in hand, so they now are halfway home to what they need to defeat Ganon.
Slidick, however, is going to need to find the sword at some point. Paratroopa is going to give this... He does have bombs for a bit more exploration. He is going to give this level 5 a shot, see if he may be able to snipe an early Triforce.
Yeah, indeed. Slidick finds out one of the take-any's takes you to Vanilla Level 4, so because of that, it makes it increasingly unlikely that Raft's going to be required for this seed.
It is very unlikely, but... we've had unlikely things happen before. Paratroopa... Oh, no, he's still going to keep exploring a little bit more at this level 5.
Yeah, he's going to give it a shot, and he finds another interesting breakfast room platter.
Voice is in there, too. Yuck.
Holy smokes.
It's just a rude enemy set. He's just going to take this key. I expect him to just leave. There he goes.
And I think one of the things he might have been trying to do is find extra keys, potentially, in addition to that Triforce, maybe even find a heart container. So I can understand him making that play to go through level 5 a little bit more, but once he found that key, he found, that's enough. There's other Triforces I can get, and Slidick finds a large secret behind that Armo statue.
And Paratroopa right next door. Slick's gonna find this a small secret. So both of our runners, once again, more or less at parity, although Slidick needs to find a sword, needs to find bombs. A shop would work just as well for the ladder. Nice backdash, and he finds level 2. A ladder's in here.
It's very unusual to find 3 screens touching each other, having a small, medium, and large secret back to back to back, and yep, Paratroopa finds the same level 2.
Paratroopa, of course, is going to be much better equipped to kill these Dark Nuts, though. Slidick is going to have to probably hope to get lucky, or maybe have the keys be what drops this ladder.
Correct. He doesn't know it, but the ladder is the item here in level 2. The question is, do we need to full clear a room to get to that ladder, or is it just going to be ripe for the taking? In Slidick's case, he's hoping it's just going to be ripe for the taking. We'll find out.
I mean, if it is just keys, because aside from the blue Dark Nuts, there doesn't appear to be really tough enemies. It may be slow for him to just kill them going back and forth in the room with the candle, but it would be doable. But Slidick is not going to decide to make that check, and Paratroopa, with that knowledge, there's no way he's leaving this level 2 without that ladder.
Not a chance. And level 2 being as small as it is, yeah, he's going to go after it. And then not only that, he'll probably go for the Triforce as well. Unless, of course, the Triforce happens to be behind those blue Dark Nuts.
I mean, even if he's behind the Dark Nuts, he's got 7 bombs, he's got Wood Sword, he's got play for it. It's not great, but,
right.
I mean, level 2 is a small dungeon. You're not going to get too many better opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. But, of course, he's got to be aware that he gets bopped by a blue Dark Nut. He's going to lose 2 hearts, and that they have 8 HP at the vanilla amount. It could be shuffled up to as much as 10 HP, so we'll see what happens. Well, there's another key.
I mean, you can see Troopa up to 6 keys. The Slidick finally gets his Wood Sword, But Troopa up to 6 keys, even if he goes down to 5 or even 4, this really disincentivizes him to dig that any key out of 7.
Yeah, at the moment, of course, we could always find a dungeon that has a bunch of keys, hint, level 1. Level 1 tends to be a key-starved dungeon. Not always. Well, the good news, it looks like, for Paratroopa is that the Darknuts didn't shuffle up.
They shuffled down. That's 2 HP red Darknuts.
Wow, 1 white sword hit and another Goma room. And, oh golly, we've got Paratroopa1 sighted in level 2. Yikes.
And we can see what the we can see where the Triforce is. I don't believe that's the blue Darknut room.
No, it's not. Right now, he's still looking for that ladder. Again, 2 hits is all we need to kill orange Darknuts. Finds more bombs.
I mean, he's not going to complain about finding extra bombs, I can tell you that much.
Not at all. Slidick is going to fill up the health at the Fairy Fountain. While a Paratroopa was doing his exploration level 2, Slidick did manage to find his wood sword, so now he's up and running with the combat.
And, ugh, that is a very rough room there.
And that's a potential drop, too.
It is a potential drop. And, ooh, that's... Okay, so it's just...
Old man's there.
Yeah, old man, or it could be Zelda's room, but most likely old man.
Right, because there's only going to be 1 Zelda's room throughout the entire
And
game.
Slidick has found the other hint shop. It is in the southwest corner.
Ah, very interesting. So, and that's a spot that runners sometimes neglect to check. So, I think these blue Darknuts did roll high, and Paratroopa, realizing what those blue Darknuts are capable of doing, trapping them in that NSU room. Tough break.
Yeah, that he got pinned. Brown Canadian Hipster. Well, what do you want to know? This is the original Legend of Zelda, and we've done stuff, and now it's completely randomized. And, ooh, Paratroopa with a very nice clip onto the water of this NSU room.
That's essentially a block clip that Paratroopa did. Normally you do it when you try to get to a diamond staircase, but he is doing it so that he stays safe from being hit by the blue Darknuts. This is a very good move. He's going to get these Darknuts done. Let's see if he gets rewarded properly. I hope he does. Let's see.
No, unfortunate.
Wow. The game knows. He did all that work, and the game just said, your ladder's not here.
Slidick is going to take that red potion. Alright, a very heads-up play that is probably going to pay some decent dividends, given the fact that he did not pick up the letter. Leac returns with a red ring. Oh, that is huge, and now we know both items in level 8.
So we've got things that are red, and there's the free Triforce in level 2 for Paratroopa, so he's going to be the first to be on the Triforce board. Red ring will quadruple a runner's defense should they pick it up. Level 8, so Paratroopa, if he finds it, I would imagine he would make the play to try to quadruple that defense.
Very interesting that Troopa is leaving level 2. On one hand, he knows the ladder's in there, so he knows it's worth digging out. On the other hand, he knows the ladder's there, so if it turns out he needs it, he can go right back and fish it out.
Exactly there, Algernon. For all he knows, it might be blue Darknut required, so I can't really fault Paratroopa for, skipping the ladder at this point. For all we know, ladder might not even be required for this scene. That's the beauty of the Pentaforce flags, Algernon, is that unlike the normal Zelda randomizers we've done in the past, where you got to get all 8 Triforce pieces, get the bow, get the silver arrows, defeat Ganon, rescue Princess Zelda. There's like a 99% chance or better that you're going to need the ladder at some point to beat the seed. In Pentaforce flags, there's still a high probability you need the ladder, but it's not nearly as high as normal flags. I'd say it's close to maybe 80 to 90%.
And it's still pretty big. Meanwhile, Slidick has found level 7, and remember, level 7 has the any key, which is going to be much better for Slidick than with his 1 key than it would be for Paratroopa with his 5.
Yeah, little does Slidick know, and hello!
Oh, 6 rupee bombs. Although we have a bomb upgrade.
Ooh,
only
not a
plus
good
2.
bomb upgrade. That's the worst it could be. It could have been anywhere between plus 2 to plus 6 bombs. The price could have been anywhere between 75 and 125. So unfortunately, the old man is a phony.
Someone's been taking lessons from King Zora, I take.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Paratroopa has loaded up on bombs, also bought wood arrows, also bought a red potion.
Yeah, since he knows that the red ring's in level 8, I don't fault him for making these purchases. Going on the shopping spree, he doesn't need the blue ring. All he needs to do is find level 8. He'll get his red ring.
That is very true. He'll also get the 6 heart container he needs for the raft if he finds out that's needed. Slidick's found the staircase, but it's not the one with the item.
No, and little does he know it's the any key, and he's going to be happy to find it if he does manage to find the staircase. What he may have found is what I like to call a stealth dead-end staircase, and I think Slidick has just realized that that's exactly the staircase he found. It's very rare to see those in vanilla. It's more common to see it in shapes, but they do come up at times.
Yeah, so Slidick definitely being disappointed, but he's not going to be disappointed with finding that book. Because he knows where both hint shops are. He might make the play for them, and that'll take him straight back to 2 when he finds that it's the latter.
Hey, look at this! Paratroopa played the money-making game, and he won 15 rupees. Nicely done.
Who says he can't take it with you?
Yeah, exactly. So, Paratroopa now going to check the coast area, and he'll find that Lord Banana is going to be on the coast. He's going to play money-making game again. He wins 15 again! He's 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm starting to wonder. I know one of our runners, and it may have been Paratroopa, I forget exactly who, but one of our runners in last year's main event had a time-based RNG manip figured out, and Slidick's going straight to this second hint shop. So these are 3 live hints for us. Let's see. Leak lurks with the red candle. It's not great to know. No. Tells me he doesn't need to dig that item out of level 4 at least.
Precisely. Let's see. Number 2 for the 42. Sail not to save the princess, which is kind of what we suspected, that Raft is not required to beat the seed. How about that 3rd hint for 11?
Aquaman awaits with the white sword. Level 1, you know level 1's going to have value, but it just got that much more valuable.
Absolutely. And Slidick making the correct play there. He had saved his game prior to buying the hints, so he decided to do a retry so that he gains all of that money he just spent back.
Which he can then spend at the other hint shop because it's right nearby.
Precisely. Now, Paratroopa, he may have found his item here. We'll see if this does push or not. A lot of bubbles here. Can he push? No.
No. So Slidick will get his information about levels 2 and 7, and it might influence him to go back in those directions.
Now he knows that the any key is in level 7. He was just in there a few moments ago, but came up empty. Let's see what he finds behind that 3rd hint. He knows, we know about it, but now he knows that level 8 has a heart container to go with the red ring.
And Paratroopa deciding to up A out of that squiggle of danger noodles in level 3.
And Slidick once again retried, so he got his 37 rupees right back. So he's still at 145 rupees as Paratroopa is going to find that same Chevy room that we saw earlier, and he's going to try to clear this room full of Poles voices. Now, why do you think he would do that? To gain money?
So he can get back through the shutter.
Oh, yeah, he's trapped. He doesn't want to up an A at this point.
Meanwhile, Slidick, dealing with these Lionels, gets through and finds the cheap bomb shop.
You bet. And actually, the wooden arrows.
Pick up wood arrows.
Also cheap. Ooh, those gels are a bit strong, though. 2 HP.
Yeah, Slidick on what we like to call in the business beeping strats.
Yep, down to his last zombie strats if you're playing Zelda 2. Down to that last pixel of health. And let's see what Slidick decides to do. He's going to check that staircase. Now he's found level 4. He knows that the red candle is here. So once he finds the Triforce, he's done. Because red candle is one of those items that I feel is underrated. But at the same time, unfortunately, blue dart nuts do a lot of damage. And Slidick will have to try it again.
If memory serves, Slidick found level 4 previously. Because he had to spend the key in order to get through here. As Paratroopa has found the compass.
Right, both runners have actually found level 4, but they really couldn't do much in there. And we got a Pancake who's got a fetish for keys.
And this Tetris room is not a room you want to be fighting Dark Nuts in. Thankfully, very much for Slidick, they go down real quick.
And that's the thing. If they can go down quick, you can actually use the room to your advantage. Because I'm going to tell you, Algernon, when I was doing second quest, you have to get through this room to get the raft. And I had a nice strategy because I was low on health. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to pin these dart nuts so that I can get access to them. And it worked because they were on the north part of that maze room, and I made that room work for me instead of work against me.
Sure, that's just good game knowledge that both these runners clearly have. Sometimes you have to break out some really unusual tech in order to get it work, and oh shoot.
And we find
Normally you wouldn't call that oh shoot, because he actually ended up in the chute. The problem is he needs to go on the other side of it.
That is correct. And here is potentially where the item might be. So, again, Slidick knows that the red candle is there. And again, it's an item you'd like to have early on because it allows you to use the candle as many times on a screen as you'd like. And if you're a poor shot like I am with the candle, it helps you with that. Plus, it's good on combat, especially against Gibdos and land molas. But considering it's 25 minutes in, to me, it's kind of a toss-up whether he would go for the red candle or not. Unfortunately, Blue Dartnut there, that last one, is doing his best Todd Gurley impression by making these bobbing and weaving dodges here on Sliddick's bombs. He's down to his last one, got him, and it's not a push block.
I mean, I believe there's only 2 drop rooms in level 4. As we see, level 3 has the magical boomerang. That's not getting picked up.
No, not a chance.
Paratroopa will need to clear out these keys in order to get back to his Triforce.
26 minutes in, magical boomerang is not something you're going to see runners pick up because it does stun enemies, and if you're dealing with enemies that roll below the shuffle and they're 0 HP, like let's say you get...
Oh no! Paratroopa had the like on the outside of the moat, but when he left the room, came back, the Triforce went to the inside of the moat. He's ladder blocked from it.
Yep, so he's going to have to come back and reshuffle it so that the pancakes would spawn back onto the river. So it's not technically ladder blocked, you just have to work your way around it.
He just has to leave the dungeon, doesn't he?
Yeah, because that'll reset the room.
Oh no, he's figured out another way. If you go enough rooms away, the enemies will respawn.
Yeah, that works too. So he's going to get his Triforce. That's perfect. Good job.
That's incredible heads-up thinking by Paratroopa. Just
unfortunately,
that's what I was talking about mastery of the game. Knowing that the game engine will respawn those enemies if you go a certain number of rooms away.
Yeah, it's one thing to be good at Randomizer, but knowing those vanilla mechanics, they're going to pay off as well. I mean, you run vanilla, I think it does give you a boost because, you know, you understand where everything is in the game. You understand how combat works. You understand how the physics work in Zelda, bomb counting and whatnot. So, I mean, obviously some of these runners are really good at the vanilla game, but some of them don't run it at all.
I would contend, though, that playing Rando makes you better at vanilla, and by the same token, playing vanilla makes you better at Rando, as we have synchronized 34 rupee jackpots in completely different locations, though.
Now Slidick's going to check the forgotten spot here. He's hoping to find some kind of prize here. What do we have? We do have a level, and it's 8, and remember, the red ring is here.
Yes. The thing is, Slidick only knows about the other item, the heart container.
That is correct. As Paratroopa finds his last Take Any Cave, he's got 6 hearts. He is now guaranteed the white sword item, which is the raft. We know it is not required to beat the sea, but I think only Slidick knows it is not required. But Paratroopa knows there's only 1 raft spot left. We now know that the wand is in its normal vacation. Chat, you know what to do about that.
How vanilla. So Slidick, clipping into this diamond staircase, finds that is the transport staircase. There's no item here.
Nope. Oh, and is this our second dead-end stealth staircase?
Nope, he can get out of this one now, thankfully.
Yep. We had a level 8 the other day where it was like that, where it was a one-off that didn't connect to any bomb walls or anything like that. Again, it's unusual to see in levels 1 through 8 in vanilla. You mostly see it in level 9, but it's very common in shapes.
Yeah, shapes can just give you those single room segments that just make it. Yeah, enough said. The less said about level 9 shapes, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Level 9 can also be segmented. We've seen that a couple times. Very rare, but it does happen. Paratroopa finding a key shop behind Monocle Rock. Nothing doing there for him. Slidick getting a bomb drop and a key drop as well, so he's up to 2 keys. Paratroopa sitting on 4 keys at the moment, and he's going to find this large secret behind that Armo statue.
Oh, and Slick only needs to go up 1 room in order to get his first Triforce. Oh, and it is one of the items as well, so he'll be able to pick up, is this the heart container or the red ring? It is the red ring! Jackpot!
Jewelry for Slidick, that is a huge find. He also knows that the heart container is the second item, so he can just get this Triforce and be done with it. He won't need that extra heart container, because with that red ring, that quadruples his defense. The damage he takes is now down to 1/4 its base value, so now he just has to clear these fires.
These Vires rolled up on HP. Single bomb shot isn't enough, but Arrows' follow-up will get the job done.
Which also means that a magical sword, if either of these runners get it, a very long shot to be sure, that also won't be enough to take down Vires either. Same with the silver arrows. Both of those weapons that I just mentioned do 4 HP of damage, so unfortunately, you can't get bombs off of Vires in that seed, and that could come into play.
Paratroopa's found level 6. Slick found the hint that the wand is here, which is going to be one of those really awkward items because both of our runners have the book.
You know, we're down to 3 items already, believe it or not. We are almost 31 minutes into this seed. We are down to 3 items. I'm going to give an item recap of what we have found so far. Level 1...
A little early, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, level 1, we know from a hint there's a white sword there. Level 2 has the ladder. Level 3 has the magical boomerang. Level 4, the red candle, also via hint. Level 5 has the bow. Level 6, via hint, we know has the wand. Level 7, via hint, we know has the any key. Level 8 has the heart container and the red ring. The Armo statue item is the book. The ladder item on the coast is Lord Banana, and the white sword item is the raft. That leaves us with 3 items, and they're all important items. Those 3 items are the power bracelet, the recorder, and the all-important almighty silver arrows.
That also means that there's a 2 in 3 chance that the silvers are in level 9, and whatever isn't is the second item in level 1.
So provided that these runners find level 1, I don't expect either of these runners to have trouble getting to the silver arrows. Now, yes, there's a good chance they're going to have to go on a wild goose chase for them in level 9, but there is still that 1 in 3 chance that silvers could be the second item in level 1. Now, because of what we know so far about this seed, there's a high probability, just based on what we have seen so far and based on what we know, this could be another ladderless seed.
It definitely could be a ladderless seed, but by the same token, it's also entirely possible that the ladder is only needed for exactly one thing, say, the one path to Zelda's room, like it's behind a vertical moat.
That is correct, because Zelda can be behind a vertical moat room, she can be in the island moat room, she can be in a Chevy room, and of course, same thing with Ganon. He can be in a Chevy room.
There was a race that I called last week where both runners were looking for the bow in level 9. One had ladder, one didn't, and the bow was ladder locked in 9.
Yeah, and that's always a tough thing. I mean, you're in these races, you're in the heat of the moment, you know who you're up against, and you go into level 9 without the ladder. You're not going to be looking for the ladder, because you figure you back out to try to find that ladder. You're probably not going to win the seed. You have to take that chance.
Also, because of the fact that the ladder in that seed was in level 2, which the very next room after it had an immediate ladder block. So the runner in question wrote down, oh, I'm ladder blocked out of level 2. So in his mind, the ladder had to be the last item in 9, and he was just double diff required in level 9.
Right. So Paratroopa here in level 6, still in search of that, and he doesn't know it, but it's the one. I'll be interested to see what he does if he finds it. Now, considering he only has the wood sword, he may pick it up anyways, because yes, it's going to do white sword damage, but again, you have that little bit of a handicap that it makes doing, the Patrick trick harder. You might get hit by your own flames, you'll take that half heart of damage. I mean, we'll see what Paratroopa decides to do when he finds this one, if he finds it.
Yeah, that is very true, if he finds us. We also had another oh shoot, as we found the vertical shoot room in level 6.
You normally see that shoot room in level 9, so I guess we won't see it in 9 tonight.
Does not look like it. Paratroopers found the map in case any of you had forgotten what level 6 looks like. It looks like that.
And level 6 is on one of the larger sides of the number of rooms, I believe. Now, are there hidden rooms in level 6 or aren't there? I forget.
I don't believe there's a hidden room in level 6. If there is, there's just one in the top left corner. Paratroopa is going to pick up this one. Slick is going to double dip level 3. He does have the Triforce, but he's going to dig out the item and he's going to be disappointed.
Absolutely.
It is one of the very few items that he doesn't have a hint on, though.
Right, you are. So we have a tie in the Triforce department at the moment. Paratroopa is going to opt out of level 6, so he'll have to get a different Triforce. He's sitting on 2 Triforces. Again, you need 5 Triforce pieces in order to gain access into level 9. But we still have not found level 1.
We've also not found level 9.
Ooh, that's another big thing, because we've had races before in the past, both in this tournament and in the randomizer where you have to get all 8 Triforce pieces. You want to find level 9 as soon as possible. You don't want to be sitting there ready to go to level 9. You have everything you need, and the only thing you're missing is level 9. That is just the worst feeling in the world, Algernon.
It definitely is. Also, something potentially of note, Paratroopa made a play to go up to Spectacle Rock and was absolutely bodied by Lionel's, but he's found level 1 here on Death Mountain. This could pay off handsomely.
So we're going to know in short order, unless we're ladder blocked or key blocked or some kind of block, we're going to know what all the items are in this seed is very shortly. And we'll find out if this is, well, he's got to get one more hit on
that gel, and that is not the staircase.
Curses, foiled again. That's another red herring. There's the Aquamentus room.
Oh, this drops, so this could have our other item.
Well, it has a key. Paratroopa will up an A and take a different path in the hopes that he finds something.
Because that was the head of the eagle, I believe.
Right. He gets a double fairy off of that nice shot. One more bunny to go, and he gets another key. So far, this is level 1.
Yeah, it's providing a decent number of keys. He's neutral on him. Found the staircase. So, do we have silvers in 9? Do we have them in 1? Do we not know yet? They're in 9.
Yep, that is our power bracelet. So we now know that the 2 items in level 9 are going to be the recorder and the silver arrows, which means we now know that the recorder is not required to beat the seed. Level 9 is not under recorder lake. If it is, Fred, you've got some splaining to do.
You got some splaining to do, and we got a very awkward pair of runners.
Exactly. So level 9 has to be somewhere else. It could be power bracelet blocked.
Yeah. There are only 3 power bracelet spots left because one of them was taken up by that any road, but I mean, it certainly could be. Paratroopa does not have the other hint about what the second item in here is. He's going to be very pleasantly surprised when he grabs it.
Slidick is the one that knows that the white sword is here, but Paratroopa is zeroing in on another double fairy there. Boy, Paratroopa nailing the one-frame shots there to get his prizes. Uh-oh, we've got a mugger room, and this is a big decision. Lose one of your hearts or drop your 3 keys. Now, he's going to find a workaround.
If there is a workaround, that may have been the bottleneck at the bottom of the eagle.
Well, that might have been, so he's only got a couple more other possibilities he could check, so if he had that any key at a level 7, that would act as a free pass, because then you'd end up spending nothing. But again, it's in level 7, and he knows the any key is not required. He'd rather not spend his keys, and he definitely would not rather spend his heart, considering he does not have a ring yet, and he'd be down to 5 hearts.
Yeah, it would be very rough. I expect if Paratroopa decides he needs to make this play that he would give up keys rather than hearts. He would probably give up keys because he's still, never mind, the Triforce isn't blocked by it, but the white sword probably is.
And the white sword, it looks like, is mugger blocked, so you're going to have to spend something if you want that second item. Paratroopa's going to have a decision to make. Go back into level 1, pay the toll. He's going to pay the toll.
I mean, they'll still leave him with 6 keys, which is still a very reasonable number.
Yeah, it's a lot of keys to have, and you can't be petting the bunnies there, Paratrooper. You're losing 2 hearts every time you make that move. Slidick is going to now check this spot in northeastern Hyrule. We already saw this on Paratroopa's side, so we're going to find a secret here. I believe this is a medium secret. Yes.
There are what, 9 medium secrets in First Quest?
7 medium secrets, 3 large, and 4 small. 14 secrets in all.
Okay. And 9 door repairs? Is that what I was getting? And
yes.
And it was at that choke point. So it completely blocks off those 3 rooms.
Of course. Now Paratroopa has to play the game of 2-door Monty. One of those rooms, potentially, is going to have that white sword, and the other is going to have nothing, probably.
Well, it could be in this NSU room. Doesn't the NSU room drop?
It could be. We'll see if it does have a drop here for Paratroopa. We're going to find out in a moment. There it is! White sword!
It was in
the Gibdo.
Yeah. So he's certainly gonna consider that a fair investment. Slidick is back in level 2. He knows the ladder's in here. And with 6 hearts, red rings, certainly much better equipped to deal with blue dark nuts than before.
Yeah. I get it, Matrick, but they camouflage so perfectly with the Gibdo. There's the magical sword, but Paratroopa can't pick it up. Not even close. You need anywhere between 10 and...
Yeah, he's a couple hearts short.
Yeah, just a couple hearts short, Algernon. You need anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts to pick up the sword that'll do 4 hit points of damage. So Paratroopa finding another potion shop. By the way, the prices are pretty close to medium. It's 39 and 65 as opposed to 40 and 68. So not much of a break, but hey, at least they didn't get a jack up.
I mean, 68, can I just say, 68 is such a random price for the vanilla potion.
You know, I would normally agree with you that, but I think this is what they had in mind when they came up with the price. You're getting exactly a 30% discount on the second one. So literally, I guess what Nintendo had in mind when they set the price of 68 was buy 1 potion, get the second one 30% off.
I guess. Paratroopa has found level 9, but he's still going to need 2 more Triforce pieces before getting in. It is up in Death Mountain.
Nevertheless, that is a huge find for Paratroopa because he knows now exactly where to go once he has all 5 Triforce pieces. Unfortunately, because the recorder's in level 9, it's going to be a long trek to get back there.
It is going to be quite the trek to get back there indeed. As the Slick is going to also pass on that Patra room for now.
Yeah, for all we know, that Patra might have the drop that we're looking for.
It could.
And now Paratroopa's in level 7. Now he knows that the any key is here, and you know, considering that he is 2 Triforce pieces short at the moment, it's not the worst play in the world.
And there is also the fact there are 2 more muggers in play, and if one of those happens to be in level 9 on his route to Ganon or Zelda, he's really going to want to have that any key as a pass.
Correct. Now, there's no guarantee that there's going to be up to 3 mugger rooms. That is shuffled. It can be anywhere between 1 and 3 of those give up your stuff rooms. So it might be in level 9, then again, it might not be there. Also, what we haven't seen is the bait block. That's another thing that could take away one of our hints in level 9.
It is very true. Slidick trying his best.
Wait a minute. This isn't level 8 game. This isn't level 8. This is like Blue Lagoon Deluxe.
Blue Lagoon Deluxe is putting it very mildly. Slick going through a ton of bombs. Slick, I'd get out of that room before you take a death. Just
because he's going to lose his progress. Yes. I would.
I mean, I guess half heart and a half, now 2.5 hearts with tunic.
Potion.
He's got potions if he really wants to burn it.
Oh, but he also has red
He does
ring.
have a bit more time.
Yes.
Yeah, he does have a lot more time before he has to pop it.
Correct. Yes, that's right. Because remember, blue dart nuts normally do 2 hearts of damage, but with the red ring, they only do 1/2 of a heart. That's still a lot of damage, though. He's got to be careful. Use it. Good move there by Slidick.
Yeah, that was a very good, because he was about to get just murdered and hit by. This is just a horrible room. You got 8 blue dark nuts and
oh my god!
Shooters. Oh my goodness!
That room. You needed that room to get the ladder. That
Slidick deserves that ladder.
Oh, you better believe he does. That was absolutely brutal what you did there, game.
And he has decided, yeah, this Patra, I think I'm going to... Oh, maybe he is going to go after it.
And he wants to go,
Yeah,
go
he's
to...
got to go up. He should be able to bomb around it, but it looks like he's like, okay, let's go. I just blew up 8 blue dark nuts in a corner turret room. Patra's nothing. Let's go.
Yep, and at least it's not the Expando Patra, but unfortunately he's got this
clip
Patra.
out of Battles Patra.
Yeah, unfortunately he's got it purely drunk. Look at the movement of those bees. Holy Toledo! Go home, Patra. You're drunk.
Patra's so drunk right now.
Oh my God! Look at this.
He can't even attack him.
No, he's gonna have to wait until they get into a spot where he can get his sword in range. Oh, this is ugly. What is Slidick gonna do about this? Yes, Paratroopa had no part of that room because he did find the workaround. But yeah, Slidick looks like he's
there's
got one more
of those things that he's gotta get back in. He's gotta get to stop clipping his HUD.
Oh boy, he's got to get through this Patra though without taking even one hit because he's going to lose that last half of heart. Got to be careful. Do it carefully. Nice job.
He gets a fairy off it.
What a room there
for what he had to put up with, and Triforce is laying on the ground.
Boy, what a level 2 for Slidick. I mean, give it up for him. There's Zelda's room on Paratroopa's side. Give it up for him. His combat was spot on, and that potion definitely came in handy. He dies there with that one Dark Knight left to go. He would have had to have done all 8 of those blue Dark Knights again.
Yeah, that is incredibly, just ridiculously good combat on Slidick's side.
Oh my goodness gracious. Meanwhile, Paratroopa's still searching out that any key here in level 7, but level 7 is called 33 Rooms of Pure Hell for a reason, Algernon.
Oh
and
no, that's why.
Another ladder by Triforce.
Para getting punished again for not having the ladder.
Wow, and he finds the raft. That ends up being power bracelet blocked. He's able to pick it up, of course, with his 7 hearts. Little does he know that that raft is not going to be required to beat this seed.
Thankfully, he's going to find out very, very quickly because the raft spot that... Oh, wait, no. It's the east raft spot that he hasn't checked.
Correct, where you get a take any cave in the vanilla game. As Slidick is in the desert now, he's currently sitting on 3 Triforce pieces now, and he doesn't know that the silver arrows, in fact, neither of our runners know at this point, that the silver arrows are in level 9, so we'll see if that comes into play. Again, I don't think it's going to. I think both runners, once they get their 5th Triforce piece, they're going to hightail it to 9. But Slidick hasn't even found 9 because he's not even explored Death Mountain yet.
Oh, wasn't level 8 near Death Mountain?
Yeah, but he didn't explore. He didn't explore that much of Death Mountain like Paratroopa did. So that's the disadvantage that Slidick has right now in this race. I mean, Paratroopa, he's sitting in a good.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right, Paratroopa right now, he's sitting in a good spot in this race. I think. I mean, yes, he doesn't have the ladder, but right now, other than the Triforce in 7, it hasn't really hindered his progress.
Yet. I mean, it is entirely possible that it will continue to.
Right.
Also, one thing very interesting to note, Paratroopa, for all the exploration on Death Mountain, he did not... Oh, wait, it was the Skybill spot that had level 8, wasn't it?
The Forgotten spot. Right. You are correct.
Yeah.
8's there, yes.
So that's... hopefully he doesn't forget that.
All right, so Slidick taking care of those blue gorillas, and about time that the game decides to give a drop that it's supposed to drop, and they're in the health drop group. If they get to fairy, that's going to give him beam sword back. Paratroopa is in this. Now, with the wand, you can do damage against these blue dart nuts. However, only the tip of the wand does the damage. If you do a long range attack, it will not work.
Yeah, you can only hit the dark nuts for damage when you beat them on the head with the stick. As Slick gets a Rupee Boss kill and gets his 4th Triforce out of level 5.
Now that's going to give him one more Triforce. He'll be eligible to go into level 9. But again, he does not know where level 9 is at this point. So again, I think Slidick has closed the gap. But until he finds Death Mountain, until he decides to explore that, I think he's still trailing in this race.
Yeah, if memory serves, level 1 was also in that general vicinity, was it not?
Yes, they were 1 and 9 were near each other. You are correct about that.
So if Slidick finds level 1, goes to level 9, that's going to be a huge source of information for him, because he's going to find that power bracelet in the staircase.
Correct.
And then I think that'll give him confirmation that it's Silvers and 9, won't it?
Should.
Like, what other item does he not know?
Exactly. He knows about everything else. He knows about everything else, you know, based on all the hints that we've seen. Yeah, he's got to solve the puzzle that the only thing is level 1. He's not going to know the second item. There's no hint that's going to tell him what that second item in level 1 is.
Yeah, but the staircase with that item was very close in, is what I was getting at.
Correct. So the situation is, if he finds level 1 first,
I
he'd be in a good spot.
Yeah, if he finds level 1 before level 9, or if he goes past level 9 and comes across level 1.
He doesn't find level 1.
What Slidick really needed was bombs, and he did finally get a pack off those moblins.
Yep, those blue moblins in the bomb-dropping group, and Paratroopa, unfortunately, finding himself in a world of hurt here in this, what do you call this room? The minus room? Because it does look like a minus inside of a couple of brackets. Is anybody given this name a room? The useless moat room?
The ineffective moat. Yes, because it is a moat, but you can just, go right around it.
Here's where the red candle is. It was behind this spike trap room. There it is, and 51 minutes in. Yeah, you're not going to pick up that red candle. That's
not
way
even
too late.
Close.
Uh-oh, we've got a tea room. Well, the good news is the Triforce room's not here. The bad news is Paratroopa is backing out of level 4. He must figure he's blocked out of that.
Yeah, that's 2 Triforce he's blocked out of. He may be making his way back to 2 for that ladder.
No, he's going to head for the Forgotten Spot, it looks like. Or, I mean, it makes sense. He's not checked it off yet. He's going to find this medium secret for 34 rupees. Meanwhile, Slidick is in the vicinity. He's in Spectacle Rock right now. He's at the potion shop next door to Vanilla Level 9. And no, Paratroopa not making the play for the Forgotten Spot. Instead, he's going to make the play for the waterfall.
Alright, I remember that Paratroopa made the play up to Spectacle Rock, and with, I believe it was 3 or 4 Lionels and those pea hats,
right,
was just completely denied.
Algernon, he's going back to level 2.
Yep, he has been ladder blocked out of 2 Triforces, and he is very clearly come to the realization, yeah, that ladder's probably going to be very much in my best interest.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's about to find out that if he wants that ladder, he's going to have to get through Blue Lagoon Deluxe.
He does, I believe, have a potion as well. I believe he picked one up.
Correct.
No.
He has a potion.
Okay, I must have been looking at the wrong part of his track.
Yeah, I was looking at the bottom part. He does have a potion, and now he knows that level 8 has the red ring, so if he ever does find it, which at this point, considering if he does pick up the ladder, I don't think he makes that play to go to level 8.
I don't think he makes that play because he has 2 Triforces. He knows exactly where they are. And at 52 minutes, especially against a runner like Slidick's quality, he has to assume that he doesn't have time to dilly-dally in dungeons.
Yeah, that's correct. And Slidick getting very close to solving level 4's puzzle. But now he's got another room of blue darknuts that he'd probably rather not tackle. He probably figures there might be a ladder,
so he can, very much like how Paratroopa did, he can just stand in the water and not have to deal with them at all.
Oh, he's going to do Paratroopa1 first. That was a good fight, though. Even with the 1, that was a good fight with that white sword. Unfortunately, he gets no reward for it. Now he knows there's only a couple rooms left to check. And he's coming to the realization, well, this is the room right here that's got the ladder. Paratroopa's going to have to earn it. Here's the other bomb upgrade, but unfortunately, Slidick finds himself 25 rupees short. And even if he had the money, I don't think he makes the play.
He knows that... Yeah, he bought the other bomb upgrade. He knows this one's garbage.
Correct. So he would, even if he had the money, resource management in terms of the bombs is not going to be a problem for Slidick. No one's going to make that purchase. Even I wouldn't make that purchase. And even if it was a big money seed, Algernon, I wouldn't make that purchase.
You'd make the first one, though.
Well, the first one, obviously, but not the second.
Sure. Paratroopa doing some good jobs using both the candle and the shooters to take advantage of the fact that he can't get hit by the Dark Nuts while he's getting hit by the Fireballs, but he does have to burn that other potion. Down to 3 Dark Nuts left to kill, though.
Yeah, now, the only advantage he has on Slidick is the fact he's got the white sword and the wand. He can do the same trick on these blue Dark Nuts you can on a Patra if you do it right. Look at that room. That was beautiful by Paratroopa.
He's got the ladder, but Slidick's got his 5th Triforce.
Now eligible to go into level 9, but unfortunately Slidick doesn't even know where level 9 is, so now he's on the hunt. Now if he goes this way, he will be in the right direction, and it looks like we'll see.
Yep,
Yes.
I mean, Death Mountain is a bevy of caves that he has not checked, and logic says that this is the most likely place.
Here's
Finds level 6, and
no.
he's not going to bother whatsoever.
Knows the wand's in there, so he's not going to go in there. He's just looking for level 9. So,
oh right, he knows the wand's in there, doesn't he?
Right. Yes. So Paratroopa now he needs 2 more Triforce pieces. Now he's going to buy another potion here, another Coca-Cola, so he can refill his health 2 more times. That's the beauty of having that piece of paper. But Paratroopa now needs Triforces, and he needs them fast because Slidick is going to have the lead now. He's going to have the lead. And Paratroopa is back into level 4. He knows where he needs to go. He knows that he was ladder blocked. He just needs to get to that room, and he will be 1 Triforce away from being eligible into level 9. But Slidick is zeroing in on the location. There's 1!
And he's thinking about digging this.
Oh, he's really thinking about it.
He really wants to, but he is not going to. And I think that's deference to knowing how good Paratroopa is.
Okay, well,
I'm not sure I'm not sure that he can afford to waste the time, even a little bit, to try and dig out that white sword.
Yeah,
At this point, for Slidick, it's a 2 in 3 chance that the silvers are in 9, and he knows by process of elimination, if they're not there, then he just goes over to 1, gets the silver arrows, and may as well grab the white sword while he's at it.
Here's the problem. Remember that the white sword is blocked by that mugger room. He's only got 5 keys, so little does Slidick know, it's a great move not to go into level 1. Yes, he's only going to have one sword.
I didn't even think about that. But yes,
yeah.
One thing that is going to be an issue for Slidick, he's going to have to use his last bomb in order to get into level 9.
Well, he could maybe get some bombs from the blue Lionels, but here we go. 57 minutes, 2 seconds in. Slidick, the first into level 9. So, Algernon, I want you to tell us, what are we looking for?
Well, the first thing Slidick will be doing is listening for the Roar of Ganon. The pig spent all of his monies on all the lovely, lovely monsters you see here, and none of his money on security. If he is 1 room away, you'll be able to hear the pig through the walls. Second thing he'll be looking for is a single shutter door that does not open. That will be the location of Princess Zelda. And if he finds that, then he'll know where the princess is, and he'll also know that the princess is there if it's a shutter door that opens immediately. And the third thing he was looking for is the hitman, and one of those with the perfect hint for him. The silver kill piece lies in southeast of Skull. That completely removes the chance that he was involved in any guesswork. It also means that the silvers are really close.
Yep, of course. Just because they're close, Algernon, doesn't mean that they're necessarily easy to get to. For all we know, there could be a magical staircase that they need to find to get to the room, and it's the only way to get to the room that has the silver arrow. So, Slidick right now has a good lead.
Slidick definitely has a good lead. There are going to be 2 other old men with 3 potential hints. The quadrant of the dungeon that Ganon's in, the quadrant of the dungeon that Zelda is in.
Yep, but also keep in mind, Algernon, there's the chance, not a guarantee, but the chance that there are 2 other mugger rooms that could be destroying those hints. And
or the bait block, yeah.
Still haven't seen the bait block, that's correct.
Slidick running into a squiggle of danger noodles, taking them out pretty well.
And Paratroopa finds his Triforce in level 4, so now he's 1 Triforce away from being eligible to go into level 9. He knows where level 9 is. It's not a fast trek to get there, so now Paratroopa, the decision is, where do I go?
Paratroopa goes to level 7, because he knows where the Triforce is in level 7.
correct, because he was ladder blocked out of it. He just needs to find that room. Slidick finds the silver arrows.
Oh,
that was fast.
That was very fast. Paratroopa, if he had bombed there, he would have found level 8, which would have given him his red ring and also would have given him the last Triforce piece he needed, but he is fully committed on finishing this dungeon that he knows is there. Slidick still does have an issue. He is out of bombs.
Yeah, that resource management could come into play. That's one of the reasons why we like to call level 9 the great equalizer. You can know where everything is, but if this is one of those level 9s that's key-starved, playing the game of find the bomb hole, it's never over until that done is registered.
And there's an entire thesis worth of game theory and metagame theory you could go into on just whether or not your opponent has not done yet. What does that mean for the seed?
Correct. Now, Paratroopa just needs to get through this small dorm. He'll get that Triforce to spawn again, and he'll be eligible to go into level 9. This race is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination. Slidick has the exploration advantage. He's got the silver arrows. Now, he doesn't know where the pig is, doesn't know where Zelda is yet. Paratroopa's not going to be all that far behind. He's going to find that old man rather quickly. This race is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I mean, Slidick will have had about a 5-minute head start in level 9, which, all things considered, is not a ton of time. But Slidick has found Ganon. Patra masking the roar, but he heard the roar through it.
Wow, so we're looking for 13, 14, or 15 hits in order to take down the pig. There is 2. He's got the stun lock. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's a low HP Ganon. Down goes the pig. We've got bacon and a Triforce of power. So now all Slidick needs to do is find the single shutter door room that automatically opens, and Slidick will be a winner, go to 4-1 in this tournament. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a 4-minute and 8-second head start that Slidick has on Paratroopa. And oh my goodness gracious, the hint that Slidick absolutely wanted to see, kidnap the weights in northwest of Skull. He now knows the quadrant he needs to go to. Man, my goodness gracious, this is not looking good for Paratroopa.
It is not looking good for Paratroopa, but Slidick did not have to take, I believe, any transport staircases to get over to where he did. If Slidick just takes bomb holes, which he's probably apt to take once he finds the silver arrows, he's going to come into the same information. Because I believe the silvers are in this spiral staircase, if memory serves.
Yeah, you're correct. And he's going to find it a lot faster than Slidick did. I mean, Slidick only needed 2 minutes and I think about 2 minutes and 10, 2 minutes and 20 seconds to find the silver arrows. Paratroopa finds it in $1:10, 70 seconds. So he has gained ground on Slidick. This race is not over yet.
Not even remotely. Also, keep in mind, Slidick down to 1 heart. He does have, I believe he has half a potion, but gets hit by the Lambos. That's time-wasted.
Well, it could lead him to the right direction, though. You never know, Algernon.
And he does have to go cross-court in order to find Zelda. It could, however, easily be a magical staircase to get there.
And remember, you said that and Paratroopa1 just told Paratroopa, you lose! Back to start you go.
And that was, however, not the masking Patra, because I remember Slidick went south into Ganon's room, and right. Paratroopa came from the south into that Patra room.
Okay, so it wasn't that Patra, and I believe, if my memory serves me, Algernon, it's 5 Patras in a dungeon. Can that be shuffled, or is it always 5?
I am not 100% sure. My gut says it is always 5. I know that it keeps the number of bosses intact.
Must be then. All right. Anyway, Slidick still looking for the path now. He's in the right direction, right? Or no? You said, wasn't it northeast of Skull?
Northwest.
Northwest. Okay, so he is closing in on it. If he's able to get there without, having to use bombs, having to take a magical stair. What if that staircase took you to that staircase right there? No one level 9. It probably will. We'll have to find out.
He's going to start checking staircases. If he can't bomb his way in, he may need to find an alternate route to get over there, and that's the opposite of northwest. Slidick is gonna peek one room north, just see if he can get a free bomb drop. Not off those Poles voices.
No, Poles voices are not in the bomb dropping group. They're in the money dropping group. So you can't even force a bomb off of Poles voices because bombs will not do damage, I believe.
Yeah, you won't be able to bomb. Yeah, you won't be able to damage them with the Poles voice, so you can't store a 10 count on them.
No.
Also, Fred confirming in chat that it should always be 5 patches in level 9.
All right, very
Thank
good.
you,
Now,
Fred.
Now, Paratroopa is near where Ganon's room is. He's not there yet, but he's near it. I don't know if there's a way to get there from where he is right now, but he is near where he needs to be to fight the beast. But also, he is near where Zelda potentially could be if he's able to get a bomb hole, a lucky bomb hole somewhere. Let's find out.
And both of our runners very close to each other. Slidick, I believe just 2 or 3 rooms to the west. Or Paratroopa 2 or 3 rooms to the west, and Slick quickly making his way in that direction.
But again, this is where that Patra was, and unfortunately, Slidick out of bombs. The bomb situation very well could come into play as Paratroopa finds a transport staircase. We'll see where it takes him. Slidick's able to
only
skirt
down
by.
to 1 bomb.
Ooh, that takes him near Ganon!
That takes him straight to Ganon.
Oh my goodness gracious, now if he just makes the right decision, we have a race to the princess.
And he's going to make the right call.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon.
He's going to need 7 hits with this white sword, but a Hyrule driver's going to be full 4
he just
hearts.
took one. He
Yeah,
makes one
Paratroopa's
more,
got to burn a
he's off like
potion.
2,
Ooh,
3, but he's got to stun
stun
lock
lock,
4. But he lost him.
Tapped out. Paratroopa, use that potion. Thank you.
All right, so he needs.
Meanwhile,
3 more
Slidick is coming into another route to the northwest. This may be curtains. Paratroopa's got the kill, though.
Down goes Ganon. We've got Bacon and a Triforce of Power. Slidick might be close to the princess, though. But this is, I tell you what, Algernon, this is usually where this is where the rug gets removed from your feet, and you end up having to take that magical staircase anyways. Remember, he still has no bombs.
Impera with only 1 bomb. He can't safely check willy-nilly either, and these Gyptos do not look like they're in any shape to drop them.
No, and here's the thing.
Oh, Slidick gets a 4-pack on the floor.
Wow, a break for Slidick, and this could be what decides the race for him if he's able to bomb to the west in any of these rooms. Now, what I was going to mention is Gyptos have a very low drop rate. They very seldomly drop anything, let alone bombs. Now,
Slick has found 2 rooms. Was one of this a shutter in the dark?
I couldn't tell.
Not that
Let's
one.
see. We won't be able to tell until he goes through the room.
I
If that
thought
was
I
a shutter.
heard one. I thought I heard a shutter.
If that's the case, Slidick is a winner. Do we have it? There it is!
There it
Shutter door.
is.
That is going to do it. Slidick is going to be your winner of this Zelda Randomizer race. Strong flames to boot. But Slidick is going to 4-1 in the tournament. Get your GGs out for Slidick. Boy, what a race between these two. Came down to the wire after all.
Yeah, Slick posting an official SRL time 1 hour, 7 minutes, 32 seconds. Moving to 4-1. Definitely going to have a very nice spot in the bracket. Paratroopa will still be in the bracket at 3-2, but a much harder path in his way. We are going to see if we can't get Slick in here for a bit of a chat.
Now, I know, Algernon, you say that the runners are going to have a much harder path at 3-2 because they may have the prospect of facing a 5-0 runner. But I'm going to tell you something right now, Algernon. Throw away all the statistics when we get to the bracket stages, because going forward, there is not going to be an easy race for any of our runners. They're going to have to earn these victories. They're going to have to make the plays, be in tip-top shape with their combat, and, just play the best that they can, because there's not going to be any free matchup for any of these runners, period.
Oh, no, I 100% agree. Once you get to the brackets, especially with the talent we have seen and cultivated so far in this tournament, there is no such thing as an easy matchup. It doesn't matter who you are playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Paratroopa now trying to find where Princess Zelda is. Now, he doesn't have the hint that Slidick had about that the kidnapped is in northwest of Skull. So, unfortunately, little does he know, he is bombing the wrong spots.
STL, I'm doing quick check on On races, yes, there are a couple other races. There is, in fact, another one on this channel in probably immediately following the conclusion of this race. That will be Shaddy and Karakarn V. And that'll be coming up pretty much as soon as we're done with this. It'll be Adirondack Rick and Jiggly Saint on the call there. And looks like we have another midnight race, Bentglass Tube and Sea Falcon, at the conclusion of the Shaddy Karakarn, and that'll be Wolf Link and Willow Sticks calling that match.
Not only that, Aldrin, we have two other races. One of them's in progress next door on our sister station, Speed Gaming 3. Ellendar versus Willow Sticks, as you mentioned. And right now, it's happening on Speed Gaming 3. The other race that's going to be happening, this is going to be an intriguing matchup for sure. Random Effect and the creator himself, Fred Coughlin. That should be a very interesting development between these two fine runners. That's going to be on Randomania. So if you're looking to get your fix on Zelda randomizers, those are the networks to go to.
We definitely considered having Fred on commentary for that race, but ultimately decided not to.
Fred on commentary, though, that would be gold.
Hey, did you hear Saber on commentary, though? That was gold.
Oh, you bet. Him and Rick, they make an excellent commentator duo. I'd like to work with Saber one of these days. I've worked with Rick many, many times, and he's an excellent commentator. So I've worked with Rick many times. He is awesome. I think we make a great team as well, but I'd love to work with Crystal Saber as well. I think it'd be interesting. Here's the other item. Paratroopa finds the recorder. He knows that the race is over, so he's just going to pick it up for giggles here.
Also, very interesting. That's in Ganon's eye. That's the eye room that has that. It's the other eye that has the item in Vanilla, I believe. I believe it's the left eye that has the red ring.
So I guess you're saying that the Eye of the Skull holds a secret?
Yeah, not really a secret. They knew what it was, and Paratroopa, he's saving, so he is out of bombs. With that report, that may have been why he picked up the recorder, though. He can flute to 1.
Yep, and also, look at his key count. All of a sudden, he's down to 1 key.
Yeah, that is definitely rough. I don't think he has purchasable keys, though. Yeah, 86 rupees, that's not going to do it.
No, that's not enough. I mean, he could play a money-making game and, try and get some money off that way. But, again, he never checked the Forgotten spot. Level 8 happens to be there. Now, the any key's in level 7. He's been to level 7. I still wonder if he would make that play. Well, he's going to stock up on bombs first. Who can blame him as cheap as they are? 6 rupees for a set of 4 bombs. That's one heck of a discount there. You are talking about a 70% discount.
Yep, Brookie approved, absolutely.
Yep,
and it looks like he is also going to the Fairy Fountain before heading back up to level 9.
Yeah, who can blame him? He'll be back to his maximum 8 hearts. What he could do, let's see if he utilizes this trick. Yes, indeed. He's going to continue. And while he continues, those hearts are going to continue to go up, up, up.
However, unfortunately, that trick only works once. If he takes another death and continues again, he will not get the refilling hearts.
Correct. So now Paratroopa going to make his way. And boy, these P-hats are not being nice. And neither are these blue Lionels that, boy, how rude game. How rude can one game be?
We're finding out, or at least Paratroopa's finding out.
Yeah, and that's where the power of the Red Ring really came into play for Slidick. I mean, he could tank the enemies, whereas Paratroopa really can't. I mean, he had the weapon advantage, of course, with the white sword, but Slidick with the jewelry. And, sometimes the best offense is a good defense.
I mean, with the NFL season starting tonight, what is it they say? Defense wins championships?
Typically does. Defense wins championships, and in my opinion, I think it's one of the reasons, although the Super Bowl really didn't show it because it was one of the highest Super Bowl scoring games that we've ever seen. But
I think it broke every offensive record in the book.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But apart from that game, I mean, the Eagles' defense was one of the best in the league, and the saying may sound like a bunch of bullpucky, but it really is true that defense does win championships. Paratroopa, well, he finds all the bomb spots here. I mean, it's not going to help him in terms of where he needs to get to, but, you know, playing the game of find the bomb hole, he's winning the game so far. And Paratroopa finds this blue lamole room thanks to the wand. He makes quick work of those blue lamoles and gets a fairy in the process. There's Ganon's room, but it looks like a few keys abducted him, and probably took one too many hits to the spikes as well, so he ended up elsewhere. Oh, and Paratroopa has to play the game of two-door Monty with one key. That is never a pleasant experience, and it looks like he has spent his final key, so hopefully for his sake, he's not key-blocked out of rescuing Princess Zelda. Now, I wonder... Well, he's paused the game. I wonder if he's waved the white flag. No, he has not waved the white flag just yet. Alright, so he's just checking his map here to see where he hasn't explored yet. Now, he still has 5 bombs left at his disposal. I do wonder if we are going to get an interview with Slidick. He might be waiting for Paratroopa to finish up, so we'll see. As Paratroopa, well, he does get the ultra rare bomb drop from the Gibdos right there. So Paratroopa hitting some pay dirt there, and he's in the right direction of where he needs to go. Again, northwest of Skull is what holds the key to the princess. And speaking of keys, he is out of keys. Paratroopa doing a good job. One more eye left to go. That was a good Patra fight as long as he doesn't hit the eye. Nice job. Good fight. And once a Patra is killed, it stays dead. Now he's going to know the all-important knowledge that the kidnapped awaits in northwest of Skull. Unfortunately, he's not able to bomb to the west of that room. Paratroopa hoping lightning strikes twice. He gets a 5 ruby, so that was his 10 count right there. And for those of you who have never played the vanilla Zelda game, building a 10 count can be important to either gaining a pack of 4 bombs or a set of 5 rupees. If you kill 10 enemies in a row without getting hit, and you bomb the 10th enemy, provided it's in any drop group of any kind, you're going to get that guaranteed set of 4 bombs each and every time. Now, if you stab 10 enemies in a row and you end up stabbing the 10th enemy without getting hit, and they're in any drop group, you get a 5 rupee guarantee. If you get 16 enemies in a row, when you stab the 16th enemy, you get a fairy drop. No matter which drop group you get it in. But again, it has to be in a drop group. So if you kill a pancake, you know, like that are not in a drop group, it gets stored. So if you stab the 10th enemy, you kill the 10th enemy in a row with the sword. If you bomb the next enemy that drops something, you don't get the bombs, you get the 5 rupee in the stead. Now, likewise, if you bomb the 10th enemy that is in a non-dropping group like the likes, and then you stab the 11th enemy, in that case, you do get a pack of bombs by doing so.
And I believe the reason behind that is when you kill the 10th enemy with the bomb, the game will store the fact that you killed the 10th enemy with the bomb, and next time it can drop one, it will.
Exactly right there, Algernon. So now Paratroopa's still looking for the princess. He's getting close. I don't know if he can get there from the current route. Now, let's see. Yeah, he's on the right track. He's just got to get to a couple more rooms. He does have 1 key to his name.
I believe if he goes over, like I believe it was in the first E column, he may be able to, I believe he just needs to go through a shutter up 1 or 2 more.
No, this is the right track. And I almost wonder, now I'm not sure, maybe there's another way to get there. No, this isn't it. What I was going to say, there might have been a small chance that ladder was required unless there was a workaround. Was what I was going to say.
But he is going to, looks like he's going to try and T-clip on this, off this island.
He's got the skills, he'll be able to do that, so it's going to take him a couple of tries, and that rope shouldn't get in his way, but it is a difficult trick. Nicely done, though, and he will get a 4 pack of bombs. Can he bomb to the north? He can.
I believe it's just a variant on the... Oh,
There it
okay,
is.
there was another path to Zelda.
Yep, and Paratroopa's founder, so get your GGs out for Paratroopa. Even though he didn't win the race, he is still advancing to the bracket stage of the tournament. Boy, he played extremely well, considering he never got a ring, and he only had 8 hearts, so good job for Paratroopa. Make sure you give both of our runners a follow tonight. They were tremendous in this Zelda Randomizer race, and we're going to be seeing more of them during the bracket stages of the tournament.
Yeah, for posterity's sake, Paratroopa's official time, 1 hour, 19 minutes, 17 seconds. We're going to see if we can't possibly get him in for a bit of a word as well.
And so I think in the end, I mean, yes, Slidick routed level 9 pretty darn good. But I think in the end, I think the defense was what helped Slidick. That red ring that he found in level 8, which Paratroopa never found at the Forgotten Spot, I think is the difference. In my opinion, if Slidick doesn't find that red ring, I don't think he wins this race.
That is probably a very good assessment. As that thing means we do have a Paratroopa, at least here in the commentary booth. That was definitely one of the rougher level 9s, but very well done on finishing that. Talk us a bit through it.
I don't have anything to say. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about that ladder.
Yeah, that was annoying. There was no way I was ever going to get it on my first go through, so it's fine that I went back there, I guess.
Yeah, both of you ended up having an adventure trying to get that ladder because, again, 8 blue Dark Nuts. You had the white sword and the wand, which helped you take them down quicker.
Yeah.
Not Algernon, but your opponent Slidick had the red ring, but he only had the wood sword.
When did he get that?
The red ring was at the Forgotten Spot in level 8.
When did he get it, I mean?
Oh, when did he get it?
Probably around 35, 40 minutes, give or take.
That kind of explains it. All
Yep.
right, well, man. Yeah, that's kind of the decider then. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I had mentioned that if he doesn't find the red ring out of level 8, I mean, he doesn't find that hint regarding the red ring being an 8. If he doesn't check that Forgotten Spot, this very well could have been a different race. Because, I mean, you're level 9. You were only 4 minutes and 8 seconds behind Slidick going into level 9.
Surprising.
And you actually gained time on him. You found the silver arrows 1 minute and 10 seconds faster than he did.
Really?
And you found Ganon pretty fast. You still had a chance to win that race, but he had enough of
the other thing that really allowed Slick the opportunity to shut the door. He got a hint that Zelda was in the northwest of Skull fairly shortly after killing the pig, so he knew where to limit his search.
Yeah, my exploration was limited because I didn't have any defense, so I was kind of. I was holding out for level 8 for a really long time because I really wanted that red ring ASAP, and I just never found it, so there was really nothing I could do. At some point, I had to just give up on that, and instead I went for the ladder so I could get the Triforces out of 4 and 7, which took a long time and didn't really provide many good items, but oh well. I'm surprised that I was as close as I was, because I felt like I was going to 9, like, way behind.
I mean, you certainly were putting the combat together. You were playing admirably. I mean, especially given the fact you were on green tunic and 6, 7, and 8 hearts for most of it.
Yeah, that whole thing. The whole thing was annoying. I hate combat.
Yeah, it was a rough seed, but I gotta tell you, both of you guys, your combat was in tip-top shape tonight. I mean, yeah, there were a couple of unfortunate moments here and there, but I think overall you guys were terrific, and I think both of you and Slidick are going to be forces to be reckoned with when we get to the bracket stages. Anybody draws you guys, they're going to be in for a tough one.
I hope so.
And I mean, one thing, once you saw the ladder block Triforce in 4 and 7, I honestly think you made the absolutely correct play, abandoning those, going to 2, grabbing your ladder, grabbing those, and going to 9. I think that was the perfectly right play with what you had. It just turned out that it happened to not happen fast enough. But I still think it was the good decisions on your part to do.
Yeah, this seed is annoying with regards to actually getting 5 Triforces. Level 6 was awful. Level 5 wasn't promising either. I didn't really have that much of it explored before I got the bow. I didn't really want to go back there because it was a wardrobe dungeon also, so it was like, So I ended up searching 7, and then that ended up being ladder blocked. I was hoping maybe I could get the magic key out of 7. It might help, sorta. I didn't really need it. It was kind of borderline. It's just one of those things where it's like once you find your path with 5 Triforces, you can't really stick around and look for other stuff. You kind of just need to get them and go. So once I saw that I had that ability to get the 5 Triforces by taking the ladder out of 2, I kind of had to do it. And by that time, I knew the silvers were in 9, so that was nice at least.
And then the game immediately telling you once you get into 9, hey, silvers are really close, so you don't have to worry about that. But Slidick found level 1 right before level 9, and he spent a good 15-20 seconds deciding, I know that the white sword's in here, and I know there's a 1-3 chance silvers are in here. Do I take the time to make this dig? And eventually he decided not to. But it was you definitely hit the nail on the head with once you have your 5 Triforces, you really just end up committing to not digging the rest of the dungeons, even if you know they've got goodies.
He knew white sword was in 1?
He got the other 3 hints. They were next to the bomb spot in the southwest in the Deadwood. So, yeah, told them Sail Knot, Red Candle in 4, and White Sword in 1.
I think I probably would have gone for the white sword anyway, just because I really needed that combat advantage badly. I don't like being green-wood. Green-white was at least, like, so-so, as far as just fighting Ganon and stuff. Felt a little bit better. I think it was worth the 3 keys. I kind of waffled on that one a bit. I really didn't want to lose the heart container to get south into 1. And I decided with 9 keys that was good enough to spend the 3. It felt like kind of a questionable decision, but I really needed that heart container. There's so little health.
I think it was justified at any rate. I mean, if I were in that position, I would have made the same play. But in any case, you do have your 3 wins. You will be moving on into the brackets. How are you feeling?
That's fine. I mean, I'm used to coming into this an underdog, so it's all right.
All right, congratulations on both you and Slidick for putting up a fine race tonight, and we wish the both of you the best of luck. Yep, we wish you both the best of luck coming up in the bracket stages. I know you guys are going to do a tremendous job.
Yeah, thanks. GG.
In the meantime, we would also like to thank Speed Gaming for helping us on the restream, and also to CyberChowX for helping us with tracking. Also like to give a big shout out to both our runners, Paratroopa and Slidick, and also a hand to the audience. We wouldn't have any of this to produce if not for you guys willing to watch us, so give yourselves a big hand as well. We do have, as we said, another match coming up very shortly. Karakarn and Shaddy, so don't go anywhere. This is going to be another good one.
Yeah, you better believe it. So that will do it for us right here on Speed Gaming 5, but stick around, folks. Coming up in mere moments, Karakarn VI versus Shaddy right here on Speed Gaming 5. We have Adirondack Rick and Jiggly Saint on the call for that. So on behalf of my commentator partner, Algernon25, it's LOZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned.